Okay. So we have seen, right, how the temporary table is useful. Now, if you see this permanent table, okay, this permanent table, you will have the data. But this temporary table, you will not have any data. Does not the table itself. So this, as we discussed here, okay, just use the temporary table whenever you need it. Okay. So on top of that, we can create another temporary tables. See, if you see here, this is the raw data and then created a some table, huh? Temp filter table. Again, on top of that, another temp table created and weaving the data. Now here also what we do, okay, we will use the, uh, generally we'll create a table again, okay, and we will see permanent table. If the table is created again, if you try to create what it does, what it says, table already exists. Okay. Now this is vision. Now you see here I'm going up again. Okay. And this table I'm going to create again. I'm going to execute. See what error you will get. Object stage caller call center already exists. But here, this is temporary table, right? Already we do not have. Again, if you create, it will create. Okay. Again, the data will be there now. Okay. See, data is there. Okay, 1 second. Okay, okay. Now you see, we have the data, right? Now, on top of that, again, you can create a temporary table. Using this temporary table, you can create another temporary table. What I will do now, okay, I'll take some derivations. Okay. Uh, what I will do, CC name, something. We have many columns. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Count level, we can create aggregate. Hmm. Create. First, I'll write a query. Okay, select CC underscore count country. Hmm, country, comma, sum of, hmm, sum of CC offset. That's it. CC underscore GMT underscore count. Okay, from hmm, this table. Okay. Page from group by. Okay. So data we created, only we have one country and this much dollar. Okay. Now see, every time you need to run this query to get the data. So on top of that, if I create a temporary table, create temporary table and the table name is, okay, what I will do, AGG underscore. Okay, I'll keep like this. And now I'll execute. What will happen? I will be storing the data, okay, in one temporary table. Okay. So now missing columns. What's missing columns? Okay. Missing column significant. Okay. This is number CSC GMT. Mm, wait. Okay. I missed one. Okay. See, table created. Now you use the table to view the data. Otherwise, by using select statement also you can use. Okay. But what will happen? The aggregated data already stored in the temporary table. Okay. 1 second. Okay. So like this you can store. So why we require here? Directly you can use the select statement, right? Generally. So again, why you need to store this data into a temporary table? If you directly execute the data, you will get the same result. Why can't you directly store? Means, see, there are some cases you need to create some temporary locations. It means, I'll tell you. Okay. Now we can divide the queries into multiple ways. Okay. Okay. Now I have like this. Okay. Select start from, select start from, select start from, hmm, select start. So this is outer query and this is in another inner query and this is inner query. This is inner query. Now you are using this. So you are closing this. Again, you are closing on top of that. You are closing on top of that. It means this is first your inner query. Once this executed, you will get the result of this one. Again, once the result you got it, again it will retrieve the data. On top of that, it will retrieve. So now I'll use table one here, and here on top of it will go up and up. Okay. Now instead of that, what I will do, I'll divide this into temporary tables. Divide into temporary tables because anyway, this you are not going to store anywhere. You have a subqueries like this. Okay. Instead of having subquery, just better you go with the temporary table. Okay. Temporary table. Go with the divide with the temporary table. So what you will do? Create temp table. I'm just a shortcut using. Okay. Temporary table. It is temporary table, not the temp. Okay. Better I'll give. Okay. As select start from table one. After that, once it is executed, I will get the data, right? After that, I'll use this one again. Okay. What I'll do? Create again. Create table. Again, temporary table. As select star from. Okay. You got this table, right? Again, I'll use this as a source. Table name ABC, for example. I'll use ABC here. So finally, I load the data into another table. Insert main table. Insert into, okay, main table. Main as we don't require as select star from, okay, this is, we need to give a table here also, XYZ. This XYZ I will use here. So now you see, first I'm creating a temporary table and then another temporary table and then loading the data. So this query also same. Okay. And here what will happen? First it will run inner query on top of that outer query on top of that outer query like this. So instead of that, okay, no, now you just create a temporary table like this. You will have a clear understanding, sequence by sequence. Now here you will have some misunderstanding or confusion or something inside inner query. It is very for readable also. It is very difficult. It is very difficult to understand. Okay, so that is the reason what we need to do. We need to go with the temporary table concept like this. Okay. So this is how we have to see. So now what you need to do means you have to practice like this. Okay. Even if I log off now, what will happen? Whatever temporary tables created, those temporary tables will be lost. Only permanent table will be there. So here, how we created here divided into different ways. You need to go. You need to go with this approach. Okay. And no, you want a temporary permanent table. I need it permanent table, then go with the permanent table, divide this and go with this. What will happen? For this table also, you are going to charge for the storage because you are storing for 1 day. You need to pay for that also amount. Okay. If you are creating like this temporary table, then you don't require to pay money. User overall account authentication account or whatever you will have, right? Account level it will consider how much time 1 hour you have used, so take the 1 hour amount. Okay, you don't require to pay for remaining 11 hours of storage cost. So like this, in the scenarios you need to think in which situation it is useful for me. If you find out any subquery, okay, and better you go with this. But only the thing is you should not have a very huge data. That is very important. Very huge means there are some limitations, okay? Because sometimes what will happen if something happened, it got stuck or something, right? What will happen? The data from it, because if you don't have a size, okay, for example, at that time you don't have a size, the size is over, and what will happen? The temporary table it will not create because temporary table need the data. For example, you have a 200 MB space and your temporary table require 1 GB space, then temporary table won't create. Even permanent table also won't create. So like this, there are some limitations are there. If you overcome that, right, then this temporary table concept is very useful. Okay. So now we have seen the difference between temporary table and a normal table. I mean permanent table, and what is the cost for the each table, that also we have seen. Okay. And tomorrow's session, yeah. And tomorrow's session we will see, okay, remaining transient table. Okay. Let me go here. Transient table and then external table and then dynamic tables. That we will discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay. Any questions here? Hello? Anyone? Any questions? Okay, so we can connect tomorrow again, same time, 9 or 10 in between. Please be available. And let me close this temporary table or different types of tables concepts. This is very important. So performance wise, we need to check. Okay, temporary tables. Okay, and these are all very important at performance level. And for say that is what, right. So here you have a query like this. It is for reading itself. It is difficult, but here, if you divide like this, right, what will happen? So you can easily understand, okay, this first this is running and then this is running and then this is running. Okay. In real time, we have used, instead of this subquery concept, what we have done, we have used a temporary table concept because See, anyway, this temporary table will be there till the session is open, right? I mean, what we have done, we created a stored procedure. Under stored procedure, we have used a temporary table concept like this. So that stored procedure execution completed, till that time, the storage will be there. After that, again, it will be vanished. So even if you want to try to see the data, you cannot able to find the table itself, temporary table. Okay. Okay. So now if anyone asks in an interview, okay, what is the difference between temporal table and normal table? You need to tell with the real-time scenario in which situation you have used and where it is benefited. Okay, that kind of points you need to capture for an interview purpose. Okay, this is very, very useful. Clear? Hello. Have you guys done the breakfast or not? Chandramohan, Divya, Manohar, Mansura, Sweta, Raju,
Clear.
Tirmalesh, Venu.
Clear, Anna.
Huh?
Clear, clear.
Sure.
Sure.